Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Carlos. Today I'm going to be reviewing a leg session, intensifying the Smith squat. So, there's quite a big debate out there in the fitness world of how to acquire big legs. And, everybody seems to think or has been convinced that squatting with maximum weights is the way to go. For some people, that will work. It really depends on the biomechanics and their structure, their leg length, the torso length. There's so many things that go into making a person and to developing their particular strengths and size on certain body parts is really dependent on engineering, more so than the absolute weight that you're using. So if your leverages, your structure, your ratios and everything, some people are just not suited to build the muscle with the heavy squat. Now, the heavy back squat is always useful for power, for strength, for vitality, it has its place. It's a very potent tool to develop the body. That being said, there are better ways to develop the leg muscle, increase the size, increase the diameter of the legs than doing just the regular heavy free bar squat. So, the leg is, in my opinion, best served by doing some isolation moves in conjunction with heavy moves that isolate the muscle. In this train of thought, we gravitate towards machines like the hack squat and the Smith squat. I've been using the Smith squat for the last several months, and since I've gotten used to it and have gotten sort of in tune, grooving into that particular bar path, that's my chosen vehicle for trying to develop leg size. So let's just get into this. For warm ups, always do the bicycle. It has the longest range of knee flexion of the aerobic machinery that is available, the elliptic, the treadmill, the Stairmaster. I like to use the bicycle for leg day. So we warm up with that. After that, get into the walking lunges. Walking lunges seems to be the best way to develop, or in my opinion, to prime the muscle for leg development. So try to do some high volume, at least 60 or 70 paces before getting into the weights. Now, with these, I am trying to work up with some weight. Yesterday, for this session, used the Olympic bar, the squat bar, did a few paces, just trying to get into the balance of using the bar and also using the dumbbells. I think we went up to 40-pound dumbbells. Fairly easy, fairly easy. They put enough stress on the muscle with enough reps to really warm it up. Now, this particular movement not only warms up or works the quads, but also seems to work just the entire leg. The glutes obviously, but the hamstrings too when you get into a longer step. So after those 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 sets of walking lunges, sometimes we include Bulgarian splits. I didn't do that on this session, but I'm going to reincorporate them rigorously because they seem to be the most effective type of lunge. So I'm going to be doing those again. Now, my particular issue is like really, persevering through the entire workout. I write out these long workouts, and when I get to the gym, I'm halfway through it, and I still have to do like 10 more sets of really hard things. And my mind, half the struggle is training to train. I mean, it's like really focusing on completing the entire workout in a professional manner, doing it diligently, doing it competently, and finishing strong. So sometimes I write out these long routines and I get to the gym and I'll leave out 2 or 3 things. So I will be incorporating the Bulgarian split because it is one of the most highly effective leg exercises in existence. So after that, we went into the Smith squat. Now, here I have quite a few observations. One, our goal with the Smith squat is obviously hypertrophy, is to increase the leg size, and to do that you need reps. What is the optimal rep range for legs? Well, as many as you can do. You're going to be limited by your cardio, obviously, if you're getting into higher weights. And to me, anything above 225 pounds, anything over 100 kilos, requires a significant concentration and strength to finish strong on those higher reps. Anybody who's strong can do a few reps with 100 kilos. It's nothing. But if you're going over 10 reps, it's always going to be a challenge. Like anybody who walks up, 5 flights of stairs, no matter how fit they are, will be feeling it after the fourth, flight. It's just, this is the body. So it's always going to be a challenge to do reps. It's always going to engage your respiratory system and your cardiovascular system. Now, since our stated goal is to do 500 pounds for 15 reps on the Smith squat. Now, to me, that's mind-blowing sometimes. I've gone up to 405 pounds for 6. So I know that with training, I can get up to 8 or maybe 10 reps. Now, to go up to 500 pounds and to do 15 reps, it's like, how am I ever going to do this? Well, this is by the end of the year. We're in July. So I'm practicing and I'm training to get up into those higher reps. We're up to 12 reps right now with the Smith squat, and that takes a particular mindset at the beginning of the set. In other words, you have to really prime yourself to reach those higher reps by exploding quickly and attacking the bar aggressively from the start. Now, these aren't just like, fast and jerky type of reps. You try to maintain a constant tension, but, regardless, going as fast as possible. So by the time you reach your 6th or 7th rep, you still have the possibility of reaching those 12 reps because you've blown out some reps really fast at the beginning. Those aren't junk reps. Those are very useful. So it's been said, like, if you maintain constant tension, you go slower, control the eccentric, you'll develop more hypertrophy. But for the sake of these high rep sets, some more aggressive attack is required. So this is what we're doing here. Today we upped the weight a little bit. We're up to 110 kilos. Last session it was 10 reps. This was all sets, 12 reps. Now by the second set, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, 3 more sets. Okay, just don't think. Just stay there, listen to the music, groove into it, zone everything out, and do your next set. Third set. Gassed. I'm breathing, I'm like, I'm gasping for air, 2 more sets. Oh shit. Like, this whole psychology of doing these high sets, high reps is something to be worked on, so I trying to make an excuse to finish really quick. No, just, you're there. You have to finish this thing. It can be a chore sometimes, but it's a very gratifying chore once it's finished. 4th set, by that time, you're okay. We're going to finish this thing. This is in the bag. And of course, at the end of the 5th set, I felt like, hallelujah, the glory. It was done. It was completed. It's a done deed is a deed done forever and ever, And so it's very satisfying to finish these type of extensive routines and just check off all the boxes. Did that, on top of the physical feeling of being completely pumped. So, like I said, half the battle, half the struggle is actually training to train. In other words, to engage your focus and your concentration to be able to finish these routines. Okay, so did that, finished that. Goals for next week. I don't want to do the 15 reps, to be honest. I don't. I'm thinking if I start planning for 15 reps right now, it's like, okay, but it has to be done. So how do you approach a medium weight or high weight, high rep scheme? You take them in little groups. So those fast pump movements, 3, rest a second, 3, rest a second, 3, and do it that way. Graduate to 4, graduate to groups of 5. So Tom Platz was really, he really used this a lot, the groups of 5. He said, you can always do 5 more reps. Well, I don't know about that. We're going to give it a try. But for next week, we'll try those 5 rep groupings to hit the 15. So 5, little pause, another 5. So it'd be like 3 mini sets of 5 to hit the 15. And we'll stick with the 245 pounds, 110 kilos. We won't go up, we won't go down, we'll stay there. Now, 5 sets of 15. What do you guys think? What do you think? Is it possible? Is it enjoyable? Is it doable? We're gonna have to do it. It's gonna have to be done. Now, there's gonna reach a point where I'm gonna have to back down off the volume, and that'll mean bringing down the sets. So, 5 straight sets of 15, 5 straight sets of 20, 5 straight sets of 25. Come on, give me a break. It's like, who does this stuff? So I think if we reach 15 for 5, that's enough. That's going to be the culmination of the peak volume. And then from there, we start modifying the volume down and increasing the weight while keeping the reps high. And our peak for this volume training block would be finishing with 3 plates for 3 sets for 15 reps plus. So if I can do that, that'll be an incredible achievement for me. And then from there, I can take the next training block, which is going to be a powerlifting block, and just bring the volume way down. I mean, volume goes down to 15 reps, 3, 5s, and 1s, singles, and just completely modify the thing, increase the weight. Now we're back up to 3 plus, 400 pounds and beyond, to hit those 500 pounds by the end of the year. So that's the plan right there. That's pretty much the session for today and the explanation for why I do those squats fairly fast. Try to maintain the constant tension on them the whole time, and the psychology of finishing your session, especially if it's a high volume session. Sometimes you just can't really think about it too much at the outset, especially if you have a bit of a concentration issue like I do. Sometimes it is hard for me to just focus at the end. Many people have this issue. I don't take any medications or anything like that. I just kind of just storm through it and try to maintain. So it's always a struggle. I have been able to overcome this. It's never easy, but at the end of the day, it gets a little bit easier over time. Anyways, I love you all. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this information has been useful. God bless everybody.